what was taken out of context. He said that Inter Milan fans were the best in the world.
What's wrong
he said
with that?
Lautaro Martinez shouldn't come.
That's not a reason to be dropped.
Let me finish. He said Lautaro Martinez shouldn't come to Chelsea because he should wait for Lukaku to return to Inter. He said he was disappointed that it wasn't Bayern Munich, Real Madrid or Barcelona coming for him. So in the end, he just had to kind of make do with Chelsea. What he said wasn't taken out of context, was it?
I stand by that. I think that interview was done in a way to appease the interviewer, and I don't feel, especially given his own relationship with Chelsea, and he mentioned it in that apology. Something else I don't really get, but I've kind of accepted those for what they are, about his relationship with Chelsea Football Club, and that is the most important thing. Now, for me, again, if I'm Romelu Lukaku, if I'm any footballer in a football club, I want the manager to sit down with me and have that conversation with me first, before he takes this knee-jerk reaction, which I think was in an effort to appease the tabloid media's interpretation of that interview. For him to take that side first and then come to me and speak, and now a week later say, well, yes, I've sat down with Romelu and we've sorted it all out and it's all fine, it's worked itself out, he's going to be available for the next game. That should have been done a long time ago. You don't take action before you have that conversation. You really don't. And that, for me, is where Tuchel got it wrong.
Jules, when you were on Sunday, you felt that he played it right.
Yeah, and I still do. I'm not too keen on the interview and the apologies so publicly today. But for the rest, again, I'm going to say the same thing as Sunday. There are rules. The rules are the same for Aubameyang, Foden, Grealish, Lukaku. They're the same one. No one is above your club. No one is above the manager and the rules that is set at the start of the season. And let's not forget that Tuchel is in the middle of that dressing room. He saw, we were not there, how that dressing room responded, what the feeling was, were they all talking about it, were they not, what was it? And he felt that he had to take a decision, and that was the right decision for him. Yeah, of course, Craig is right. You've got more chances to beat Liverpool with Lukaku in your team than without. So yes, it was a big call. It was a big gamble to take. But he felt that he had to take that decision. And by the way, we know now that the first meeting that they had together, Tuchel and Lukaku, didn't really go down well. Remember what Lukaku and Tim Howard were saying to each other? Oh, it's hot. I can't talk right now. We have another meeting on Monday. That clearly that one went much better. And I think maybe if the Monday meeting had been the Sunday meeting or the Saturday meeting even, maybe Lukaku would have played. Maybe had he apologized straight away, he would have played maybe. But clearly, he didn't do that because he just did it today. Hence the whole thing that we've had, or yesterday and today, Monday and Tuesday. And I don't know, I just think that Tuchel played it well. He had to take a decision, had to make a sanction, and that's the one that he took. And now Lukaku is going to start tomorrow against Spurs, 100%.
So he's going to start in the League Cup. Biggest game of the season, he's not played. It's all very well.
What's interesting in the point?
It's all very well doing it at Man City when you've got more than adequate replacements to come in. It's all very well dropping Aubameyang when he's not playing well, and you've got other guys like Martinelli and Odegaard and Lacazette. They're playing well. Let's be frank about it. The other strikers at Chelsea are either injured or couldn't hit a barn door from 5 yards. I'll go back to Darky's tweet. Crisis out of a drama. Fine his backside off. Fine him and play him.
But where's the crisis? Where's the crisis? Where's the crisis? Where's the crisis?
Well,
that they dropped 2 points at home to Liverpool. That's no crisis.
Well, there's been a headline, there's been a public apology today. Well, it's turned into a crisis.
I think they've made it into a crisis, Jules. We've now been discussing this for 3 days because of an interview that he did 2 weeks ago, and his refusal to sit down and have a conversation with Lukaku about it all. It's turned into a crisis.
But I tell you what,
an interview, regardless of what it said, should not be. I think, and again, I agree that rules are rules, and if what he said was so egregious, you drop him or whatever it may be. I find, my opinion, Tuchel seemed to be wanting to appease the tabloid media and the Chelsea fans' interpretation of it before he came to his own players' defence. And that, for me, will never sit right.
Well, I'll tell you what a crisis is. A crisis is when you're at a club that sacks managers like we have hot dinners And they've sacked better managers than Thomas Tuchel, by the way, who are not getting results at the moment. So if I'm not getting results, I want to get my best players on board, even though there's a problem. I want to find a way to do it, and I want to get them on the park, and I want to get results. Because that quickly turns into a crisis. Listen, there's only one man. Usually say there's a manager bigger. The manager's the biggest man at the club. I heard Stevie mention Sir Alex Ferguson yesterday and others. Tuchel's not the biggest man at Chelsea. None of the managers have been. Maybe Mourinho in the early days. It's Abramovich. So things quickly at this club turned into a crisis. That's why I think this could have been dealt with a lot better, a lot sooner. And 3 points, and there's no guarantee, but you're going into it giving yourself a better chance. 3 points and a good performance on Sunday would have gone a long way to putting this to bed before some stupid apology today on social media.
What was interesting, the point that you made on Sunday when we were discussing this, was the fact that if you were playing and the manager came to the senior players and said, you know, I'm thinking of dropping, what should I do? Like, no, we want to win this game. Apparently reports say that he spoke to senior members of the squad who agreed with Tuchel's decision to drop Lukaku. So there's got to be something deeper there, isn't there? There's got to be an issue that the players seem to be having with him to come out and say these sort of things.
Listen, I know plenty of players that don't get on with half the dressing room. I know plenty of players.
But you say that they want to win, yeah? They want to win. This is your number one priority. So clearly...
I might be the guy that I played with a few guys. I got on with 99% of people. There was always some guys at the odd club you couldn't stand. But if he was going to make us better and give me a better chance of succeeding at my job, then I want him in the team. I don't care what's happened, unless it's got so personal or so bad that he can't pull that strip on. Now I understand there's a couple of ways to look at this. All I'm saying is, I think this could have been averted by finding him and putting him in the team. And I heard all the talk about too much noise around it and affecting preparation. I'll go back to the point I made the other day. There's little preparation at this time of year. It's rest and recuperation. But that's the scenario we're in now. He's made a decision. He didn't get the win that he needed, neither did Liverpool. And yeah, he comes back in for the League Cup. So what?
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.